Are you interested in mindfulness? Curious about meditation? If you're in the Vancouver area, join us for a Mindfulness Meditation for Beginners course this September. There will be 3 sessions on Tuesdays, September 9th, 16th, and 23rd. Whether you're new to meditation or have some experience, everyone is welcome. Mindfulness can help reduce stress and anxiety, enhance well-being, and give you a deeper understanding of yourself. This course, as with all our courses and classes, are free of charge. So if you're ready to explore mindfulness in Vancouver in September, please register now at satipatthana.ca or click the link in the description. We hope to see you there.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Theravada Buddhism series, Dhamma talk number 20. Beautiful mental factors, part 4. Sobhana Cetasika. The second subgroup of beautiful mental factor is abstinence. In Pali, it sounds like this: Vīrati. V-I-R-A-T-I, Vīrati. That's a subgroup name. This subgroup consists of 3 mental factors. Vīrati means refraining from delighting in. Vīrati means refraining from delighting in. It is refraining from wrong conducts. Or you can say not taking delight in wrong conducts. Or we can also say this way: taking delight in right speech, Sammā Vācā. Taking delight in right deed, Sammā Kammanta. Taking delight in right livelihood, Sammā Ājīva. In fact, these 3 are also can be found in the morality group of the Eightfold Noble Paths. Eightfold Noble Path has 3 groups: morality group, concentration group, and wisdom group. In the morality group, right speech, right deed, right livelihood. So they are the same. The same in terms of the heading, but in details it differs. Noble Eightfold Path give you a general domain where you have to be what to do. In here we are discussing as specific mental factor, Cetasika. So collectively these 3 are called Vīrati, abstinence. So let's go one by one. The 20th beautiful mental factor, Sammā Vācā, right speech. 20th beautiful mental is Sammā Vācā, right speech. Right speech as a beautiful mental factor, Sobhana Cetasika. as a beautiful mental factor does not mean telling the truth. It conveys its meaning in a different way. It is abstaining or refraining from wrong speech or false speech. What are the wrong speech or false speech? Lying, musawada, slandering, pisuna vācā, rude and harsh words or speech, parusa vācā, and frivolous talk. Sampa palapa. There are 4 kinds of wrong speech or false speech. So it is like the 4th precept of the 5 precepts. Refraining from wrong speech. So that is Sammā Vācā. And the next one is 21st beautiful mental factor, Sammā Kammanta, right deed. I keep putting the number in front because they are altogether 25 beautiful mental factors. That's why I'm giving a number in front of the mental factor. Right deed as a beautiful mental factor does not mean doing the right thing. It conveys its meaning in a different and more precise way. It is abstaining or refraining from wrong deeds, such as killing, panatipata, taking what is not willingly given, adena dana, and sexual misconduct, kamesu misasara. So, in fact, these are the first 3 precepts of the 5 precepts we always take. That is 21st beautiful mental factors. 22nd beautiful mental factor is Sammā Ājīva, right livelihood. Right livelihood as a beautiful mental factor does not mean not selling poisonous and radioactive products. I put the word radioactive products in here because nowadays you can make poisons, give cancer, kill people with these radioactive products. They are poisonous. In the scripture it's only poison. But these radioactive materials are now very poisonous under the heading of poison. And again, it does not mean selling alcohol and drugs or arms and weapons or human trafficking and slavery. In the scripture is only slavery, but nowadays slavery is more or less replaced by human trafficking. And slaughtering animals such as cattle and fish. And you do all these things for a living. These are the trades. These are the professions. And some people live by these trades. These 5 professions are marked as wrong livelihood by the Buddha because they hurt and harm the human race. They hurt and harm many, many people. It is clearly stated these 5 are considered wrong livelihood. But as a mental factor, it does not mean those 5. It conveys a different meaning. It is abstaining or refraining from that 4 kinds of wrong speech, which we have discussed. Abstaining and refraining from 4 kinds of wrong speech. When one is dealing with one's profession, whatever profession you are in, and if you use wrong and false speech in it, that livelihood is called wrong livelihood. Let's say an example is there's a merchant is trading some goods, and if that person is lying about the quality of the product he is selling or she is selling so that to make a living, that is Sammā Ājīva. Not simply the specific profession, any profession, and you are trying to sell or do to make profit, to be better, just by lying. It is a Sammā Ājīva. You have converted even though normally a decent profession, it becomes at that moment, as a mental factor, becomes a wrong livelihood. Like, you think the world leaders, politicians, presidents, prime minister, they are governing the world. They are doing good for the world. But there are some leaders, they will lie through their teeth about their job, about the work that they are doing. At that moment, they are not using a wrong speech. They are in a state of wrong livelihood. That's a definition of wrong livelihood, Sammā Ājīva, as a mental factor. Abstaining from lying. And here is not Sammā Vācā. Normally, if you lie, it is a wrong speech. If you abstain from lying, it is the right speech, Sammā Vācā, normally. But if you are lying directly related to your livelihood or profession, at that moment you can call it a wrong livelihood. And if you refrain from it, then it becomes a right livelihood, Sammā Ājīva. Let's say Another one, a person who makes a living by killing and selling meat of cattle. That is his job. That's what he do. Raise cattle, kill them, sell meat. One day, intentionally refrain from killing. Purposely, intentionally refrain from killing. And if that's the case, it is not called observing or doing the right deed. Sammā Kammanta. It is called Sammā Ājīva because refraining from killing in one's profession makes it Sammā Ājīva, not Sammā Kammanta. Not right deed, but become right livelihood. So if one lies or kills related to the livelihood, it is not called wrong speech or wrong deed, but it is called wrong livelihood. Miccha Ājīva. If one lies and kills. But if one refrains from wrong speech and wrong deed in one's profession, it is called right livelihood. Sammā Ājīva. When one is engaging in 5 unwholesome professions, which we have stated before, trading poisons, and so on. Deemed by the Buddha, those 5 professions already hurt and harm people. If you are engaging in it, this is an unwholesome profession, wrong profession, Miccha Ājīva. By its nature, because it's hurt and harm. However, one refrains volitionally from wrong speech and wrong deed in one's profession. That person has a beautiful mental factor of Sammā Ājīva, right livelihood. At that particular moment, he might be engaging a wrong profession, but one refrains, intentionally refrain from lying or killing, makes the beautiful mental factor of Sammā Ājīva arises. They are compartmentalized, one at a time. Each has its own function, own moment, based on the volition. So this beautiful mental factor, abstinence or Vīrati, arises only at the moment when one is purposely abstaining or refraining wrong actions. And if you do that, it produces right speech and right deed. Simply wrong actions produce right speech and right deed, or right livelihood. Okay? Intentionally, purposely, so that there is no wrong speech, wrong deed, and wrong livelihood at that moment. That's called Vīrati. Because let's see another scenario, another case. Let's say you are chanting you are chanting a Mingala Sutta, properly, correctly, totally focused on its meaning and senses. During that chanting period, you do not have wrong speech, you do not have wrong deed, you do not have wrong livelihood. You are absent from these three. But at that moment, you have no vīrati, abstinence, mental factor in your mind. Because you are doing a different thing and it is devoid of the three wrongdoings. But it is not vīrati, abstinence. One must volitionally refrain from doing the wrong actions. Only then it will cause to arise abstinence, vīrati. So there are three abstinence: speech, deed, and livelihood. These three abstinence exist in three different modes. These are explained by the elders in the commentaries. Three different modes. These three modes are: one is occasion, two is taking precepts, and third is cutting off kilesa. So, what is occasion? In Pali, it's called sampata vīrati. It is abstaining from wrongdoings. When one comes face to face with a situation or condition that calls, let's say, if you lie, it is more beneficial, more profitable for you. If you don't lie, you will lose some. In other words, the situation or occasion is prompting you to lie so that you can profit more. That is facing with an occasion. But at that moment, for a certain reason, whatever the reason is, for a certain reason, you use that reason in your mind not to do it, not to lie. Doesn't matter, if I lose, I lose. If I don't profit, it's okay, I won't lie. But one thing is, exception is, the reason is not that you have taken 5 precepts. You have not taken 5 precepts, but you come face to face with the occasion and you choose not to lie. That is abstaining under a condition or occasion. Abstinent using a reason or an excuse not to do wrong when the occasion arises. That is sampata vīrati. One would neither tell wrong speech or do wrong deeds, even though the occasion demands for it, because it is to your favor to lie or to do wrong thing. Occasion demands for it. That is sampata vīrati, lying, killing deeds. And also Sammā Ājīva, right livelihood. It's the same for right livelihood. Let's build up a scenario. Let's say a cattle rancher who raised cattle, kill and sell meat. A cattle rancher intentionally spares a cow from killing. Is killing 100 cows, but he intentionally spared to kill one cow. Why? Let's say that cow, his daughter loves very much that cow. So the daughter asks him not to. So that is the reason. Whatever the reason is, he intentionally spared that cow's life. It is a spontaneous act. It is a natural act based on a reason. At that particular moment, beautiful mental factor, Sammā Ājīva, right livelihood, is arising in that person's mind when he spares it. That is Sampatta Vīrati, abstinence by occasion. The next one is Samadhana Vīrati, abstinence by undertaking precepts. Let's say you are a very serious person, you have a great teacher. In the morning went to the monastery and pay respect and take the 5 precepts from the teacher. And you live your day. And then, let's say it's a forest monastery, and you come across, while you're doing walking meditation in the forest, you come across a snake that was about to bite you. You could have used a stick and strike the snake dead. But you reflect at that time, I took a precepts from my teacher that I have great confidence and devotion. I will not break my precepts. If the snakes want to bite me. I'm not going to kill that snake. That is, you avoid doing wrong things because you have taken a precept. That kind of avoidance or refraining or abstaining, wrongdoings or wrong speech or wrong livelihood is called Samadhana Vīrati, abstinence by undertaking precepts. And the third and final one is called Samukcheda Vīrati, abstinence by eradicating mental defilements. It means abstinence by eradicating mental defilements. This abstinence or vīrati is accomplished by cutting off the kilesa, mental defilements. Samukcheda means cutting off. In this case, abstinence are accomplished by cutting off kilesa, mental defilement. When a person becomes enlightened, or let's say becomes an arahant, all mental defilements are eradicated. No more lobha, dosa, moha, greed, anger, and delusions are gone, totally uprooted. This means all tendency of doing wrongs or evil cannot arise in that person anymore. It is not that they have to refrain. These mental states of defilement cannot arise in an arahant, in an enlightened person. Therefore, all tendency of doing wrong actions are absent in that person, totally absent. At the moment of enlightenment, all three types of abstinence arises together in that person, and it is virtually accomplished. They arise. They don't have to abstain by occasion. They don't have to abstain by precept. And it's just by cutting off. All threes are taken care of. All three abstinences are virtually accomplished by an arahant once he had attained an enlightenment. May all of you be able to develop samucceda vīrati, abstinence by eradicating mental defilements, as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much.